You see, when you're in public, there's some things you're taught in the books. You know, those are textbook knowledge.
Mnaambiwa hivyo mkifunzwa.
Like ukifika kwa ground, you try applying like but then when you go out there in the private sector, like everything is done ideally, you understand?
Sisi tuko naita in an ideal setup.
Yeah, it's an
ideal setup.
Like you
kama nini?
You're even interested in applying your knowledge.
So acha niulize, and Sally, I want you to start by answering this. Between how and where you trained, and for example, do you mind telling us where you work? How many top secret?
Where I work? Top secret.
But it's a private hospital?
Yes.
A good one.
Yes.
So between the where you trained and maybe where you did your internship,
yes,
and where you found yourself working, do you feel like you had a knowledge gap?
Yes. A very big one. In public hospitals, there were machines. If there are machines, there are no personnel. If there are personnel, there are no machines. And if there are patients, there are no medications. Of course, I'm sorry, but medications hazikuwa. There was always one missing, like haitoshi. Unakuja private, ile ideal tu venye amesema, ideal nursing, ile kila kitu yenye umefunzwa kwa vitabu, how to do everything by the books, kila kitu. Mpaka una feel, enye hii ndio nursing yenye nilikuwa nataka. Ile yenye nilikuwa na practice pale public.
Witchcraft.
Kila kitu ni improvise. Muna improvise kila kitu.
Yeah, and actually in medicine, we improvise so much, especially in public hospital. Do you know, I always make this joke. Mnajua ile, there's the stuff we used to tie.
Tourniquet.
You used to, so that you get a vein. I first saw that thing. Like, I did my 6 years in medical school, did my internship, finished. Sikuaiona.
We agree on this.
So, like, I had to learn. And actually, as the nurse, kitu mnatumianga aje. Because I've never seen a tourniquet. Mimi najua kwanza to now. Hata hiyo tourniquet naonanga haifanyi kazi mzuri. Mimi nataka kwanza nikipata ati umenita line imekuwa ngumu, anapata mnafunga na tourniquet. Hii ndio reason. Try.
Glove.
I don't know. So you guys felt a knowledge gap. Like where Sally, nini ilikuwa shocking sana? What?
Vitu mingi sana.
Apart from medication.
Tukianza pale dressing. Dressing pack yenye tunatumia public hospital. Yes, ni ideal, but ina lack vitu mingi sana.
Dressing too.
Hiyo dressing pack. Mpaka venye unamaliza. Unapata na mtu amewekewa kitu ingine kubwa, just a small cut, tumeweka gauze roll kubwa. Unaenda pale private, unapatana na hizi primapo, the small thing inafanya inakuwa cute, like hata ufeel kama ni kidonda ingine hapo kubwa.
It looks nice.
Alafu kitu ilinishtua sana, kuna hii prika, I didn't know, I was like, kuna hizi za
twist.
Kuna venye zinakuwa mtu anaweka kidole ushamaliza. I'm like pale sikuwa iona kitu kaa hiyo. Tulikuwa tunaenda tunachukua needle, unavunja, unadunga mtu kidole, mtu analia, ni uchungu. Huku private tunamaliza, mtu atajasikia uchungu kwa umeshamaliza. Like tuko na gap kubwa sana. Na vitu tu mingi, hata ukikuja maternity venye patients wanakuwa
handled
na maukali mingi. Alafu kuja hapa private hata mtu anazaliwa kama like kuna receive na mweka kwa incubator, like iko enough, kila kitu iko enough. Pale public incubator moja sijui tunaweka watoto wangapi.
Watoto wana share.
Unamweka hapo na nini.
That happens a lot pale NBU.
So
tunapango pale tuone
moja iko na 4 ama 5, iko na watoto 4 ama 3. Tunakuja hapa ni private, kila mtu na yake. Usafi iko top notch.
What was your biggest shock?
For me it was like a culture shock. Like, we got there, like, it was the first day there. And we're having a patient being flown in. Flown in. It's an emergency.
Amekuja na chopa.
So all of you, you're at the entrance. You're waiting for the patient. Waiting for the patient. You know, in public, we are used. The patient waits for you. We are waiting for the patient.
Ngoja nimalize. Unafikiria ndio mgonjwa kuliko wengine. So you guys are waiting.
Wala yuko na shaa.
Hauna shaa. So you guys are waiting for the patient.
We are waiting for the. That was the first
being flown in. On your first day.
First day, I'm saying, freshman.
Wow.
Hey. So the patient comes in, like the patient is unconscious. The way we are receiving from the ambulance, like the ambulance is moving and we're checking the pulse. You get moving to the acute room. We have an acute room. And the acute, I'm coming from a level 5.
A so-called level 5. I call them level 5s on paper.
Yeah, so like all this, it's like a culture shock. We get in, we're getting a pulse, we're connecting defibrillator taps. You get over there, man. I don't know if I ever saw the defibrillator throughout my whole time.
Never.
I never met it.
Yeah.
So somebody is setting up an ECG. You see, someone is setting up the vent. We need to intubate. Someone is bringing, like, you see, these someones. It's personnel. Over there, man. You're in casualty. With just 2 nurses, with 2 doctors.
Wow.
And the workload is
a lot.
Mkubwa sana.
Yeah.
Like, we are not talking about the public hospitals in a
bad way.
In a bad way.
But we are.
But then
we are not, but we are.
It's more of a system issue. Because the amount of workload we get there and the amount of workload in the private facilities, it's very different.
So the work is more in public.
It's more. It's more like the work is more because there are less people doing it.
So it's okay. I get what you mean. So it's not that at numbers ni overwhelming sana. Ni ile queues will be long because there's only 2.
Kuna shortage ya.
There's only 2 nurses. So these 2 nurses are you're expected to take vitals. You're expected to
monitor patients.
To monitor the patient.
To triage.
To dress, so if there's a wound.
Yeah. To change catheters, like.
To admit. Daktari
to also admit.
You have to take the patient
to the
ward.
So, you are not at a Superman, man.
Oh, you can't.
So there has to be some gaps coming in the process.
And that's true. Because I've worked even personally. I've worked in hospitals that are not even so big hospitals, but private. And even the number of doctors in that hospital, unapata, there are more doctors in that hospital than an entire county. Kuna county ziko na madaktari sijui 10. And then it's a whole county. And the same thing with nurses. Unapata ward iko na 1 nurse. Ama 2. Kwanza ama 2 nurses.
Mostly inakuanga 2.
No, there's a place I know. 1 with students. Kwanza usiku. Niyo nurse moja.
Kwanza kama students wako unaambiwa you are okay.
You're okay.
You are covered.
It's like they want you to perform a miracle.
Yeah. Is there? But when you come to private, do you guys mnakwanga allocated a certain number of patients, right? If it's in the ward, right? And those are just yours. So that's where the difference comes. So
the difference is like it's more of the personnel part, the resources.
Equipment. I was to ask you when speaking of equipment, when you this culture shock umekuja hapa patient analetwa, had you ever done an ECG? Did you know how to do an ECG? Because what you're saying, because private sector absorbs the most number of nurses more compared to public. But then they're trained in public, most of them.
All of them.
Well, we have private hospitals training.
Yeah.
But then all those that are trained in public, wanakuja huko private, and they don't know, they've never seen all these things.
Actually ukiandikwa unapewangwa siku kama like a week ya kutrainiwa on how to use everything in the hospital
because they know you've never seen
yes hata mi nilikuwa na experience na ECG pale public au kunaipata either iko hakuna strips like there's nothing the first time uko hapo umeambiwa there is a patient in that room, go and do an ECG. You're like me anas okay inafanyika hapa, si daktari italeta issues za scope of nursing ati hiyo ndio inafanyika, go and do it like okay ni sawa, and you learn on the job as you go.
I know a place in a public hospital where I don't think there's a nurse in that hospital who knows how to do an ECG. Like
the ECGs for a specific
doctor,
like a specific guy who he only comes, does ECGs and goes
anafungia kwa room
fungia kwa room yake like monopolize the thing.
And we were talking about resuscitations and those emergencies, and you know, you talked about intubating a patient in casualty, you know, all that cannot happen in public hospital.
Can never.
And then you know, so it becomes inakuwa ni you guys mna expect medics to perform miracles ama nini, because it follows, if you cannot do all these things, if you do not have all this, the patients are going to die.
For sure.
And they do in large numbers, you know. At the end of the day tunasema you didn't know how to do this, but those things they kona relevance zao. And that is why relatively unapata in public hospitals patients die too much.
Either you can be discouraged from practicing. There's a friend of mine who like he's worked in a private facility for a long time. And I was asking him, mbona uzai apply kwa public service board? You try.
You go to county or something.
He told me bana, sitaki kuwa wagonjwa.
Yeah. Literally, you preside over
literally there you're like somehow sometimes you see some people think that people get angry and they just leave things to happen. Understand? Because there's nothing you can do. There's no resource, there's no support. So you find like people like my friend, they rather practice there
in the private
where like you know
you don't have job security, but
if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't go the way you planned, then at least you know you did everything.
You did your best. In the counties you can't do your best.
There's no best.
There's no best. Actually, I think you're doing your worst. So anyway, how often have you, like now we're talking about death, because sometimes what I know about public hospitals is that it's mostly the nurse will notice the patient died. When a patient dies in a private hospital, is usually a big deal. Public nurse unakujanga tu, ule patient wangu alienda wapi, alikufa, huyo alipark, and it's such a normal thing. You guys, I don't know wewe umeona ngapi deaths in a public hospital compared to a private? Sally umeona ngapi?
Ni mingi, uncountable. Ni mingi sana.
But in private?
Unless alikuja dead on arrival.
Yeah. They will die. If a patient is critical, they'll die in ICU, right?
Yeah. It's very rare.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think we should do? You know, now we are in an era of where Gen Zs are. Say, baba amesema ni conclave. Conclave talks. Na amesema ataita ma Gen Z ka nyinyi. So, we need solutions.
Solutions for
what do you think can be done for public hospitals, because that is where most of our patients go, because our parents or relatives go there. Because private hospitals, in as much as they might be doing good, they're expensive and they might not be all over. So nyinyi mnaonaje? Sally, wewe tuambie.
For starters, personnel waongeze tu workforce.
Waongeze personnel.
Na equipment, na watu wenye wako equipped. Wakileta equipment wanaleta na watu. Si kuleta tumelaunch radiography room, hakuna radiographer. So inabaki tu ni hapo.
Yeah. I know a place with a CM with no surgeon.
Sasa sikia.
Live hata si orthopedic, no surgeon, hata si orthopedic, but si amekwetu hapo. So you're number one. And who's to do this? The government?
Pardon?
Who's to do this? Government?
Of course. It's only the government.
Unapigia nani kura, Sally?
Hey, that is a very controversial topic. Any side yote itakuja ini attack.
Felimax.
Yes.
Huyu ameamua kukuwa neutral.
Sasa unaona alafu sasa tena nitakuwa
because me I think what you've said is right, and those it's the counties to do that.
Yes.
The Ministry of Health, whatever. But those are political things. They have to be solved politically. Si tunaweza tu sema. But you will not employ anyone. So tupe solution. Kabla mimi niwape yangu.
Solutions for the crisis. It's actually a crisis.
It is.
Yeah.
Kuliko hata maandamano, by the way.
You know what I say?
Public
ground, it's
It's bad.
It's very dark. So you see, while practicing, we were able to rotate in different
counties. Yeah.
So one thing that I can comment in terms of the public, like the public hospitals, this county government issue, it also has some good sides. Like there's a time we went to Kapenguri, getting over there. They didn't have a CT scan. Like the fact that a patient can get a CT scan
in Kapenguri,
or even in Lodge, like that was a good thing. And the upgrading of all the counties, each county
there's a hazard level 5.
That was a good thing. But then now somewhere in the middle, it got lost. So number one problem is staffing.
Staffing, as she said.
The basics. Like she said, like staffing is a very big, like it has a very big influence on the patient outcome.
Number two, equipment.
Number two is equipment.
Yeah.
That is these things that we are saying, everybody knows.
So tufanyaje? Because hizi vitu tunazijua. Tukikupea governor, which county are you from?
I'm from Kisumu.
You're from Kisumu. Wewe tukwambie sasa tumetoa nyongo, tunaweka Felimax. What will you do? Will you do those things?
Definitely.
Ama utapatia baba pesa? Unajua lazima upatie mzae yake.
Tax.
Si umeingia na ODM? Ama ODM chama inarana aje? Because I think the funds that are meant for healthcare are usually diverted into corruption and into other things. And we were here with Dr. Odori the other day, and we asked each other, when was the last time you saw a county has advertised for doctors that we were talking about MOs? When was the last time you saw any county? It's been so long. I think the last you saw it was Nyeri, and they were advertising for 3 positions for doctors. And that is doctors need to be employed every year, because every year doctors retire. Every year some doctors go back to school. Same to nurses. Some die. So, but you find a county will go 10 years. Advertise new stuff.
But I think it's more of a national issue. The major thing which the Gen Zs have also been fighting is usually accountability. Accountability is so important.
True.
Because sometimes you might find, watching those. Did you watch the Vampire Diaries? The ones Morara used to do.
Yeah.
Like watching them made me realize that it's not a money issue.
It's accountability.
The problem in this country is not a money issue. It's just accountability. Like someone needs to follow this money. You get? Like the money is usually allocated for all these things. The staffing issue, there's money for that. Equipment.
There is money for that.
Big money. Enough money.
Big money. People sit in boards and make proposals and budgets. You get?
Alafu pesa inakuja.
But then the money comes, but nothing happens. You get?
Wanasema patia huyo yake. Tobaki na hiya 100,000 ya kuemploy nurses.
Yeah.
So they employ one nurse.
They They said we employed a nurse.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to cut back on
accountability. Okay.
Accountability will change everything in this country.
And the accountability is on the ballot, watu wangu. So go take IBC. So everybody, Gen Zs, make sure everybody wewe ulivote last Sally niko sure uko vote.
Imagine I had an issue. For real. If you go to that constituency, like everyone who registered never voted. Like your time not okay.
There's a server issue.
Yes, tuliambiwa tu if you registered here, I'm sorry, your name is not here. Just go back to the IBC offices so that you can
This
come.
was in Kisumu?
Siaya County.
Siaya County.
Yeah.
And I actually saw someone saying on some podcast that 700 people from Siaya didn't vote, from Nyanza didn't vote in the last election because of
that issue. You go and register on the day of election.
This time around, we will make sure those things work. All right, sawa. Hapo tumemaliza. Turudi kwa ward.
Yes.
Kwa ward kidogo. Now, we were here with Dr. Liz Renske. She's usually my co-host here. And we were talking about toxicity, especially towards interns. And then, as we were just talking, we were like, this is tunasema tu toxicity among doctors. Nyinyi mnajua ile toxicity ya nurses. Mnajua ile toxicity iko in the nursing cadre. Yeah, toxicity pro max. I don't know. Is that true?
I don't know. Ukisema
toxicity.
What do you mean?
By toxicity, anyway, squeeze it narusha tu hizo words. Toxicity, I mean, yani mtu anakukandamiza tu. Unapata tu yani, you're not being allowed to thrive. Like there's somebody somewhere who's kanyagiaing you. Somebody somewhere making you look very small and feel very inferior. Does that happen to you guys? Sally, tuanze na wewe girl child.
Kuthrive career in which context? Yes. Hapo tunakandamizwa sana as nurses. In private hospitals, at least public, they allow you to read to further your studies. You can further your studies while you're working. But in private, I've never seen someone who is in private and
going to school.
Trying to further their studies. It's surely very hard to balance considering the working hours. Because 12 hours they don't match, and you get the time you're working is the time you're also supposed to be studying.
Cool.
So unless you quit your job to go and further your studies, I'm a victim of that. Story for another day. You have to let one go. You continue working, you don't further your studies. You further your studies, you don't work.
Job,
But if you find an environment which can support you, that is okay. Stay there.
Felimax, me, I know where you work. That is not the case, right? Where you work, we will not name names because they have not paid me to advertise. But where you work, I know there's some nurses who are actually supported to do HDU, to do ICU nursing, to do, I don't know if it's renal. But I've seen that a lot. So many of them have advanced just while there, right? But are there any issues that you feel probably... Because what I've seen among nurses, especially the management, is how they mistreat their juniors.
For sure.
And I can say without fear of contradiction. The senior nurses wanawaletanga juu. I don't know. Have you experienced that?
Like there's a lot of that. But toxicity among colleagues, basically it's usually not there. But now the wrangle starts between all the staff nurses and the management. So, like for instance, you see, the medsuit can come and correct you. Vizuri sana.
Nicely, yeah. And we remain friends.
And you remain friends. But then you find that your direct manager, the amount of... I don't know. I'm choosing one.
You're choosing your words wisely. Usiambiwe ulisema tunakuona kwa daktari ya kwiko.
So I think I don't know what happens to nurses whenever they go higher in the management area. I don't know whether they're trying to please someone or they forget that they were also down there bedside. They forget that you can reach 7 p.m. and you've not documented anything on your tissue.
Because you were busy.
You've been busy the whole day. You are shipping patients. You are giving medications. Like,
Maybe
it's
you
just
had emergencies.
they forget. Let me just say,
They forget.
They just forget.
They forget that they were also there.
They were also bedside nurses at one point. So there's a lot of toxicity, and when I say toxicity, it's between the staff nurses
and the managing nurses.
Yeah. Sometimes it's even easier. It's even hard for you to go to your direct manager to confide in them, and it's even easier to go to someone else.
What I've seen is there's this person who they call nurse covering. This person who they call nurse covering, and what I noticed in hospitals that then bedside nurses are always so afraid of this other nurse who's just maybe a level above them. Wanakuanga wameogopa to the extent that a nurse will just call you and tell you, no doc, wewe kuja tu ndio niseme nilikuita. Like, it's not that they're calling you to do something. You maybe you and I are agreeing that this patient probably doesn't need this, but you'll tell me, doc, where document too, ndo nurse covering asini or asiseme something. So it's fear. It's too much fear. Na vile umesema kama wanasahau. Sally, ume experience hiyo? Where you've worked? Ama wewe ndio unakuanga huyo?
Mimi si mtia.
Wewe ndio unakuanga huyo the manager. Because you said BSN are going directly into management. Eh?
No. Mimi si mtiaji but nime experience.
Wewe mwenyewe si mtiaji. Wewe hujakandamiza mtu. No, unajuaje? We'll ask around.
Please ask around because I imagine if you do ukifanyia mtu hivyo alafu ingekuwa umefanyiwa utafeel aje.
So that is because everybody says them they are the nice ones.
Of course they will not. No, there is you that you know and the you that people know. So you might be saying that you know yourself, but the people that know you, they're saying, nah, they're giving you a side eye. But I've been a victim.
You've been a victim?
Yes.
Paul, story for another day. Yeah. So, nurses, what I'd say is, I think for us, we've also had that on the doctor's side for some time, but we've been fighting it, especially towards interns. Because we've even had interns committing suicide because the consultants were so harsh. But we've been trying to bridge that gap. And that is what we also try to do here. When we bring those consultants and we talk to them, we just humanize them. So that tusione mtu junior ako hapo, not a god, he's just a person like me, and we can always talk and agree. And I think nobody wants patients to die. We're all here to help patients. So mtu usiende ukalemea mwingine sana, maybe because of a mistake. Mistakes happen. Don't just ni sana. So I think we are coming towards the end of this very nice podcast. But then there's something I want to ask. We have problems in Kenya. Even as you say, in private pay kuna challenges zake, and public kuna the obvious things. And you guys are leaving. Oh my God. Munaenda. I don't know if I've spoken to a young nurse. Not even young. I've spoken to nurses in their 40s, and they're all doing these international exams. They want to leave. Tell me, mnataka tubaki na nani? Nani atatutibu? Who will take care of us? Because it's you guys that take care of us when we're sick. So nyinyi wote mkiondoka, kwanza tumesema kuna gaps, employees hawatoshi. Nao nyinyi mnaenda wote?
Actually,
employees hawatoshi. There's a lot of unemployed.
There's a lot of
nurses. So just I think the government
is not employing.
So you guys are opting.
Because now in the private sector, they also take advantage of this.
Oh.
Take advantage of the fact that if I get rid of this nurse, if this nurse leaves today,
there is another one. Yeah.
There. You get So that is the reason why, even in terms of remunerations, they are not well paid. Like they used to say, it's one of the noble.
It's a calling.
It's one of the noble professions. They call it. You get. And then they don't call it. The calling doesn't hit your pocket.
It doesn't hit your pocket.
Yeah.
Wanataka ulipe rent na calling.
Yeah, so now at the end of the day, you think about yourself, like where you want to be next to you.
Yeah.
You can't survive on these pennies. You can't raise a family with this. But then there's options
out there.
Hata ingekuwa wewe mzee ungedi. So you just chase
the bag.
Just chase the bag. The rest will come.
So nurses are out there,
wako wengi sana. Kazi ndio hakuna.
I like the point you said that yani there are so many, and it even I see it actually turnover. You go to some of these private hospitals and you see a new nurse every day. Ni kama high school, we used to be so many, you see a new student every day. So nursing same, unapata another one. Huyu alienda. Sally, wewe unaenda?
Niko hapo katikati, nimeweka mikakati.
Ume drop bars. Itabidi wakadinali wamekusaini.
Mikakati.
Ako hapo katikati ameweka mikakati.
Iko kwa plan.
What are the options out there for those maybe junior nurses, maybe the student nurses who are watching? What are the options? What would you advise them as a seasoned junior nurse?
Waanze kupanga na mapema. They should start planning early. Because out here there are no jobs, and the more unakaa, the more time inaenda. So if the younger me, I knew that this was the situation in Kenya, vitu zingine singefanya as a nurse. During training ningekuwa nishaanza kusema let me explore hizi options za kwenda majuu. Singekaa hivyo. Nilika like kukaa hivyo bila kazi. So wanze kama kuna hizo venye umeuliza which pathways ziko kadhaa. Kuna hiyo kwenda UK, but sahii Kenya iko red ama Amazon, something of the sort. So kutoka Kenya za nurse kwenda UK, kwenda kuwaki imekuwa a bit tricky. Kuna hiyo option ya kwenda US. Nafanya NCLEX, nangoja 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
But
it's a long time.
Yeah. Ndio uende. Kuna kwenda Germany, you can learn the language. You go.
Na kuna usemi Uganda.
Kama Uganda ndio wanakuja Kenya. Wanaona Kenya as a greener land.
To them is a greener path.
Wanaona tu Kenyans wame make it.
There's always a bigger fish.
Because, I know they say Kenyans will complain too much. Those are our East African brothers. And I had Dr. Davis Kimweri. Dr. Davis is a Ugandan physician who works in Kenya. And he was like, you guys, what are you complaining? You have CT scans. The way you saying, you have CT scans in Lodwar and
47.
In all counties. Why are you complaining? In Uganda, it's only in Kampala. This guy is only in so I know, and we are here. We are where we are because we push for these things. We don't settle for less, and we're not about to stop.
Yeah.
Kenyan spirit.
Felimax,
Yeah.
parting shot. Tufungie kipindi bana. Unaambia nini younger you? What would you? Zoea amesema how should tell, should do. Ungeanza kusoma NCLEX ukiwa first year or something, sindio? Ndio ukitoka 4 years imeisha unaenda. Wewe ungejia, what would you change if with the information you have now, if you were to go back?
Same. Because in terms of the career path I'm having here, I've spoken to some of my friends who are out there, and we talk sometimes, and then you won't believe the life I'm living, the opportunities I get every day. So same thing, if you are still in school, just you can start studying for these things, start getting the process. And for I know some of my friends who don't want to go out there, they want to stay in Kenya. Yeah, stay strong, man.
Stay strong.
Because
I know people have sentimental value to their country, and they have, you just don't want to leave your family, and
even me.
Yeah.
But when I graduated, I was like,
siezi.
I love the weather in the country. I love the sun.
Lakini utakula weather.
But nilikam kwa ground, 1, 2, 3 jobs, niko like, Then you look at your supervisor, the life, like you look at the highest.
The highest you can get.
And you're like, Maze, this is not a life I signed up. It's signed up for. So there's better out there.
There's better out there. I think that's the last one. Daktari, what do you have to add? It's better. There's better out there. Unaongeza nini hapo? Tukifunganga.
Wagwan. Acha nikuwe serious. Wanze tu mapema.
Amazing. Guys, umesikia? Hayo ni masaibu. I think 80% of this nurses episode has been masaibu ya junior nurses. There's some positive things, but most of it is sad state. And we're here because mashida ya kujiletea pale kwenye ballot. So next time, be very wise. You don't have a very serious illness yenye yezi pona when you go to a public hospital. Si ati wewe ni mgonjwa sana. When you find these very people in the private sector. Oh, we have to talk about tumerudi. We have to talk about this. And we have a very interesting rental. We have to talk about this. How you guys treat patients in private and in public hospitals. Hii lazima tuongelele. How, like, wanasemanga nurse wa public hospital anakuanga amejam. Anakuanga very rude, very impatient, anatusi wagonjwa. Pale maternity mnapiga wamama mapaja, ukiwaambia push. Mimi ndo nilikutuma utafute hii mimba. Ukikoko ulikuwa na wewe. Why is that? But when you come to, the private, you're like, oh, mama, uchungu iko, okay, push tu kidogo, umechoka, bas. Why is that? Is it frustration?
Yeah, frustration and fatigue.
Oh.
In a private hospital, let's say the maximum number of patients you can be given is 7. The ratio of 1 nurse to
7 patients.
Yes. In public, you're given the whole word and you have to manage everyone. It's just frustration. Si ati someone ako like ana mean whatever. Umeenda you are with the first patient, unajaribu kumsaidia, you have an emergency, iwe dingine unafaa umsaidie, kuna yule pale sijui dawa hakuna, unaona mtu akienda anaenda kupack. You just like, it's so it's torturing. Yenye sometimes si ati nawatetea wenye wanakuanga rude, wengine wako sijui kama wako rude naturally, but hiyo fatigue na emotional torture ndio inafanya tu like this is too much. Alafu sa patient ule mwenye ako stable kabisa na kuja na kuambia I want my discharge summary and someone is dying over there, just trying to handle that emergency. You're just trying to be human. Ndio kwa maana una end up tumekuwa na hiyo outburst like hey, what's up, give me a break. I'm just trying to do this, I'm one person. Hii ward iko hivi. Unakuja private, already uko na patients wako unawajua, like vitu zenye zina miss zitakuja, uko sure zitakuja. Kama kuna emergency, the services zote like mtakuwa a team, mtasaidiana, patient atakuwa better and like to.
So you're happier working there?
Yes, you are happier,
more relaxed.
Yeah, more relaxed, services, everything is okay. Ndio kwa maana alafu pia tu like the ideal nursing venye tumetoka kudescribe hapo mbele, ukienda private tunapata ni ideal nursing by the books, making it easier to work and like sina ubaya na public.
Tuko na ubaya, mimi niko na ubaya. Felimax, ushaito si patient?
No.
Sure. Ujai kuwa frustrated to the extent of
but then the event.
Vija event. Kuna self restraint.
Yeah. Nursing has taught me a lot of self control.
Yeah. You need
sometimes
it.
You know, when people come to the hospital, like nobody's ever like nobody goes to the hospital for pleasure. Okay?
True.
Even if you're not sick, you're just sitting there. Like you don't want. The environment is just a bit to everybody. So in terms of the attitude, like you said, in the public and the private, the difference, most of it comes in from emotional fatigue. Okay. Nursing as a profession is supposed to be empathetic, compassionate, have to be all of these things. So you tell me you've been empathetic to 30 people, and there's 30 more people. Empathy yako yenye ungetumia for 10 years, utumia for the past 5 years, the other 5 years, like it usually comes in from like the emotional you are trying to do your best, nobody sees it. Somebody sees as if like where personally you got into the profession to help patients, but then you're not being appreciated financially, emotionally, career-wise, you're there struggling. So people snap. You get, like when I was practicing in the public hospitals, some nurses wamechoka.
They're just tired.
We are naza. It's our better gloves. No. Like anataka mama ikifungua hii macho nataka kuona mtoto. Like the stress you have like 5 people all give like 3 of them
all in labor.
They're 2 waiting to deliver.
Na niwe peke yako.
So people snap. Like if you don't want nurses to do that, just staff them well.
Pay them well.
Nurses, pay them well. Like treat them as like humans, unaona?
True.
Even if you go, ushaenda kwa hizo nyumba zenye kuna watoto wengi. Ushaona kama that mama anatreatingia watoto wengi. You get? So like mnatreatiwa tu kama mbogi. Uko like ndani ya chakula shida yake. Unakuja unaambiwa bana shauri yako.
Kama kwetu tuko 17.
You get? So like but in a family of 3 kids, time ya kukula bana wako like na nani yako wapi?
Exactly.
Hebu mpigie. This time bana nobody cares, so it goes down to
hata mimi walikuwa wananisahau sana as the 17th born.
It was one last now it makes sense.
Anyway, I think that's powerful. You guys have given some very good insight, and I hope whoever is responsible listens and hears. We are losing very good people. They're actually leaving because you guys, whoever is supposed to do whatever they're supposed to do is not doing it. So if you want them to go, na tunasikianga rais mtukutu rais anashindanga akituambia tunawatafutia jobs nje. Unatafutia jobs huko nje waende kutunza other citizens, while your taxpayers wako in limbo. So you heard it from Daktari a quick one. On that very emotional note, adios kama kawaida. Follow these people. Nyinyi mko na handles, tutaandika hapa. Follow them. Atore ako Instagram. Go like you can slide in, permission granted. Daktari a quick one is adios. Pick a like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what your thoughts on these nursing issues are. See you next time.